So after lots and lots and lots of trial and error, I think I finally figured out how to get this video up. This is the second vlog, and it's talking about registering for a Run Disney race. I am officially registered and running the Disney Princess Half in February of next year. Registration was 2 days ago, and I just kind of wanted to tell you guys about my experience and what it helps to have and just kind of know before you go into it. So the first thing, tip one, is have everything ready before you start. Make sure your computer is up, open with all the pages you need. I had 3 pages open. I had the Run Disney page open, but it was on training. It wasn't on the register page or anything. I had Twitter open to Run Disney's site, and I had Facebook open to their page as well, because I knew that if you signed up through a social media site that you could go ahead and join the queue from their link. You wouldn't have to click on a bunch of stuff, and I know Run Disney's site can be a little slower on registration days. Unfortunately, that didn't work, so I did have to go to Run Disney's page, and it did take a little bit, but not long at all, not near as long as I thought it would, so that was great. I would also suggest having near you your credit card, because you will have to put in that information, and your active account login. Because once you get in your queue, you only have 15 minutes on that actual page. So my suggestion is go ahead and set up an active account beforehand. It's free, you don't need anything for it. Make sure that's completely done. And that way when you go to sign in, you don't have to waste your time logging in or anything. You can just go there straight away, and it does save up some of that 15 minutes. And same with that credit card. If you have it there, then you won't have to worry about finding it or anything, because I never know where mine is. So that's my first tip, is go ahead and have those things handy. As soon as you do get into the queue or get in line, just like a ride at Disney World, you have to wait in line to sign up. You will have a little box, and that's where it tells you have 15 minutes once you get to the end of the line and start your process. And there's a little guy, and he'll show you where he is in your spot in line. When you first get there, he's at the very back, and then as people go through, he moves forward. I got really lucky. He went from the back of the line to the front of the line really quickly, and only had to wait there like 2 minutes for my chance to log in, so that was great. Once I did get in, I just had to log in with my active information, really easy, and it took me right to the actual info for the race. First I had to choose my race. They have multiple races over the weekend. They have a half marathon, a 10K, a 5K, and kids races. They also have the opportunity for the glass slipper challenge, which is the half and the 10K. As of right now, which is 2 days later, they have sold out of just the 10K, but if you want to run both, the half and the 10, the glass slipper challenge is what that's called, and that is still up. So again, that's 2 days later. So you choose which one you want. It has the prices beside it, which is really nice. Once you've done that, it's going to ask you some questions. It's going to ask you if you need any assistance as a runner, if you are a wheelchair runner, if you are a military runner, and then it's going to get your shirt size. What's great is they have men's cut and women's cut, so you get to choose. And if you choose the wrong side, I've been told that Run Disney will allow you to exchange them. I think it's one size up or one size down, which is nice for me because I don't have many tech running shirts, so I wasn't really sure. So I'll see when I get to the expo. I think it should be good though. They do, from the last couple of years, what I've heard is they do run true to size, which is really nice. Next, it asked me if I was a Disney Vacation Club member, if I was an annual pass holder, or if I was a cast member. Unfortunately, I'm not any of those. Then it asked if I'd run any Disney races before, which I have. I just finished the short series, which was the 3 5Ks, so I got to choose yes. Next, it asked about proof of time, and proof of time is very important because this is what tells you what corral you will be placed in. A corral is a group, and they set these off. They set these up, corrals A through O, and depending on how fast you are, they put you in a group with people who run like you, who are around your same tempo. So if you want to be with the people who run like you, you need to put in a proof of time. You only have to put one in if you are planning, if you think you're going to finish in 2 hours and 45 minutes or less. My plan is to run it in 2 hours and 35 minutes. Fingers crossed, so we'll see. But you do have to have that proof of time that you can run it that fast. For a half marathon, you have to submit a 10K or higher, that's 6.2 miles. For a marathon at Disney, you have to submit a time of I believe it's a half marathon or higher. So keep that in mind. If you do not submit a proof of time by their cutoff date, which they'll tell you for the Princess, it's November 15th, or for the 2017 Princess, it's November 15th. If you don't submit a proof of time, you'll be placed in the last corral. I do not want to be placed in the last corral because I do want some character stops. I'm a run walker. I know I'm not going to get all of them, but I do want some. And if you're in the last corral, I've been told it is harder to get those character stops because once the line gets too long, they'll cut it off because they want everyone to finish with that 16-minute mile pace. So that happens. Also, if you are with a lot of people who are going to walk that 16-minute mile pace, this is the corral a lot of them will be in. And when you get surrounded by a lot of walkers, that sounded like a Walking Dead reference. You get surrounded by a lot of people who are going to walk, it does get hard to run the pace you want to run. So if you know you want to run or walk run, I would highly suggest submitting a proof of time. Your proof of time has to come from an official timed race. I am running the half full series in October. That will be my proof of time race, and it is timed. And so remember that. It can't just be you saying, oh, I ran in my backyard. No, it actually has to be an official timed race. So keep that in mind. It is very important for corrals. If you're like me and you've never run one before, but you know you need to, Run Disney will tell you to leave that blank and put it in when you get your information, and then in an email later they'll tell you how to fill it in later. But if you don't get it filled out by November 15th, that's the last day. There will be no corral changes at the Run Disney Expo. So please keep that in mind. Make sure you've got all of that planned out. After you submit your proof of time, it's going to give you an option to donate to charities, which is amazing. I can't remember, it's feel bad because I can't remember, but it was either you could donate to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society or for the Children's Miracle Network. I don't remember which one it was, but you can donate to that, which is wonderful. Then it gives you the option to buy commemorative items, which is great. If there is an item you know you want, like if you're like me and you have a wall of pins, which you can't see right now, but I have a wall of pins, I collect pins, and I know that's something that sells out at the expo, so that's something I'm going to need to buy before I get to the expo. I won't be there on the first day, so I don't want them to run out. I went ahead and bought it. If you know you want a jacket, or you know you need the pins, or you know you need any of that stuff, go ahead, make sure you pre-buy it. I researched it first, that's what I would suggest, and have that ready to go with you. So that way you know exactly what you need and you don't get caught up in overbuying. It does tell you the prices, but I know with Disney stuff it's easy to spend a lot of money very quickly. So make sure you kind of have a game plan of what you know you want to buy. Also, talk with the people who are spectating with you and decide if race retreat is something that you would like to do. My husband and I are not doing it this year, but it is great for people who have older people who want to watch them, or if they have young kids. Race retreat is something that a runner can do. It's $120 for a runner. It is a tented area that provides breakfast and private bathrooms and a private character stop, and it is heated or cooled depending on what you need for your race. Again, I know for the Princess it's $120. I think it's different for other ones. And this is something that you can also get if you buy the highest level of cheer package. Please know though, because I know there's some confusion about this, in a cheer package, if your spectator buys that and they get race retreat, yes, it will let them into Magic Kingdom to watch you run. It will not be a ticket, and you do not have to have a cheer package to go into Magic Kingdom to watch someone run. It just gets, I think, a little bit better viewing area. But that does not mean you get to go back later and go to Magic Kingdom. In fact, if you're running the race, your ticket isn't included in your fees either, unfortunately. You have to buy this separate. So please remember that. I know a lot of people get confused about that. Yes, it will let you into Magic Kingdom, but you don't have to have it to get into Magic Kingdom, and you don't get to stay all day in Magic Kingdom just to watch the racers. So that is an option that you can go ahead and buy for yourself if you want to be with your family and friends and they're doing the race retreat. Like I said, we're not doing it. Kyle's going to spectate a different way. So there was also the option for that. Then, once you are finished filling out that entire page, you will get to put in your credit card information, and then you are signed up. My next tip, and I guess it would be my last tip, is go ahead and print out everything. Print out the last active page with your confirmation or receipt number. I don't remember which one it was. Print out the RunDisney email with your registration number on it. Active will send you another email with your receipt of everything you've purchased. So for me, it said the race and it said my PIN. I am an over planner, so I print out everything, and it's always good to go ahead and have everything because it's a website, and I know RunDisney's website, because it's through Active and because websites mess up and it has to get transferred and everything, there are occasionally some problems. So go ahead and print those out. That way you have proof of everything, and when you go back to put in your proof of time, I've been told by many people, save it. Save that proof of time, print that out too, and take it with you at the expo. It just makes life easier. It'll make their lives easier. Disney always wants to provide the very best customer service, so make sure that you are doing all of that to make their lives easier so they can help you and everyone can have a magical day. I take that back. Actually, my last tip is if you are planning on staying on site, go ahead and do that quickly, because as fast as the races book up, so do the hotel rooms. Staying on site has some great perks. They will have transportation to and from the races, and they will have transportation to and from the expo. Especially for the races, this is really nice because Disney will start closing roads at about, actually I don't know what time, but they'll close roads really early in the morning for the racers. So unless you know exactly where to go, it's going to be hard to navigate, especially if you're like me and you don't live there. So it's nice to have, but like I said, they book up quickly, especially your value and moderate. We always stay in value. So we have actually been booked for a couple of months because I knew we were doing the race and I wanted to go ahead and make sure I had the hotel I wanted and not had to compromise. Go ahead and sign up quickly so you can get what you want. Remember, your race registration does not come with tickets, so if you need tickets and dining plans and things, go ahead and buy those as well, and you will be set for your racecation. So if you guys have any comments or questions, please let me know in the comments below, or you can email me. Also, if you need any suggestions for any travel agents, I use a travel agent who works through Mickey Vacations, and I would love to give you her name. She is amazing. So thanks guys, and have a great day.